Yes. Uh, we will learn few things in today's class, and this thing will be very important, and this thing will not repeat in third and fourth class, because take it as a your paid classes, okay? Or not take as a demo. So please be attentive, be learn. So first take, like, if project comes in an industry, then what will we do as a tester? Okay, like I'm taking an example. Suppose this is your project, like go to test academy. This is basically your project, and you have to perform testing here. Okay, so in that case, what we will do in an industry. So first of all, you will get the mail, like I'm showing you. Come, like, we will get the mail in industry in this form, like build for ABC project of sprint 1, means ABC here is stand for the, like, the name of the project, and we will cover a sprint win after few minutes. And build is basically a software. It is a general name for the software in the industry. We use it build in terms of software. Okay, so build is our software that we have to perform testing. So if you receive any build, like you have to perform testing on it, so it will mention like this is the URL, and this is the module that you have to cover in your testing. So like it is mentioned like this is URL and module, like login, dashboard, manage about, courses, testimonials, manage contact, manage Facebook, others modules you have to cover in your testing. Okay, so in that case, first we check the build means software that is that is given to you to perform testing. So when we receive the build, the build is stable or not, or we can go with it for the further testing or not. So we first check it. So first we perform the smoke testing to check our build is stable or not. So still is the smoke testing is also called as a initial testing process. Basically, the our first process to check to perform the testing in any software is a smoke testing. In smoke testing, we also check the modules, the name of the module you can see, the login, dashboard, etc. So that modules are working properly or not. This module is also called the core modules or core features of the software. Okay, now coming to the point, this is your software. Okay, so I am first logging out from here. Control C. Just think we have copied the URL. Wait. Just move it from here. Yes. Just think we have copied the URL from the mail and we have pasted in a Google search engine. And after pasting it, if we click enter button, so it should display the login page first. Okay, but suppose if it display the white screen after clicking on enter button, if it display the white screen, or it display like 404 page not found, or it display like uh, your screen is fluctuating a lot of time. Okay, so in that case we can see our the software or the build that is received is not stable for further testing. Okay, so I have a proper right, or we have a proper right to reject that build if build is not stable for the further testing, or for the uh, or to move further basically. So I'm clicking on enter button. You can see the login button is login page is coming perfectly, there is no any issue. But suppose if there is, it shows like white screen here, or 404 page not found, or your screen is fluctuating uh, every time, in that case you can reject the build and say this build is not stable and I can't move further for the testing, because it gives me a lot of challenges or issues to perform testing. Okay, so first we check it in that way. After that, we check the modules that is given to you for the testing are stable or not, or it is opening or not. Okay, so first which second thing we check it. So I'm doing one thing, I'm entering my credentials. G. Okay, I have entered my credentials, and if I'm clicking on login button, suppose I'm clicking on login button and the page is not opening, the next page is not displaying or not opening or not redirecting. In that case, I can say that it has blocked me, the login page has blocked me to move further. So I can say that my functionality, like core functionalities of the system, are not working. Okay, so but it is not happening here. But I'm just clicking on login button. You can see I have login and I'm in dashboard page. Now in a dashboard page, we will do one thing. We will click on all the modules, dashboard, manage board, courses, testimonial. These are the modules. Okay, so I'm clicking on all the modules and check the page of the modules are opening or not. Okay, are we able to open it or not? I'm just clicking on it. I'm just clicking on manage about. Yes, I can open it. There's two more options, so yes, we can open it. Manage feedback, yes, we can open it. Okay, so the thing that I am performing here is also called a normal health checkup. Okay, the second name of smoke testing is normal health checkup, in which we check our software uh, are able to open it or not, or uh, we can accept that build or not, basically. So if we are able to open it, all the things, we can say that the health of the software is fine, we can move further. So this is also called the normal health checkup. And if all the things are working, so we get the confidence to perform testing. So that is why we also called it as a confidence testing. Okay, and one more thing I also told you about, build acceptance testing. Build acceptance means the software, if everything is working fine, so I can accept it for the further testing. Okay, so this is called a smoke testing, that is that we perform initially to test the things, to test the software. So now coming to the theory part, you can see I have mentioned like smoke testing. Smoke testing is also known as confidence testing, build acceptance testing. Build means software, and normal health checkup testing. It is done to verify whether core functionality, core means wait, yes, core means your modules that is given to you to perform testing. Okay, this is called a core modules, or a critical functionality of the system. System means software. Working fine or not. Okay, smoke testing is an initial testing process to check whether the software under test is ready or stable for further testing or not. So basically in smoke testing we check our software that is given to us, we can proceed it further or not for the coming testing. Okay, this is called a smoke testing. I'm repeating again. A smoke testing is also known as confidence testing, build acceptance testing, and normal health checkup testing. It is done to verify whether code, means your main and critical functionalities, your modules, are working fine or not. Smoke testing is an initial testing process to check whether the software under test is ready or stable for further testing or not. So we covered it in a smoke testing. Are you understand the point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can anyone explain me what is smoke testing? Because it will ask in an interview.
It's a smoke testing is an initial testing process.
Yes.
It is also known as a confidence testing, build acceptance testing.
Yes.
It is done to verify whether the functionality of the system, I mean the core functionality of the system, are working or not.
Great. Uh, can you explain the build acceptance? What is the term of build acceptance? What did you get it?
Build is the software.
Yeah, great. Just a second. Wait, na. Priyansu, are you there?
Yes,
Can you please explain
yes.
about the smoke testing?
It's a kind of software testing where we check if the functionality and every actions are working perfectly or not, or
Okay,
any website.
okay. Uh, Other name of smoke testing?
Confidence testing.
Okay. In interview they will ask you the name of like initial testing. What are the initial things that will you perform in any software? So you have to say
Mhm.
we perform the smoke testing first. Okay.
Okay.
Now moving to further. Wait. After smoke testing, we will go for the next thing, which is called uh, component testing or a module testing or a functional testing. Wait, I will show you.
So usually we begin with the smoke testing.
Yes, usually we begin with the smoke testing.
Okay.
Let's come to this point. Now I'm coming to the next point. That is component testing. Component testing is also called a functional testing, and functional testing also called a module testing. It means now we going to a deep part. Uh, what should we check? Wait. Yes. See, like if you have to perform testing any page in any page, okay, so we will check it like if we enter any data, if we submit anything here, then it should display here only. Okay, so it is called a functional testing or a module testing, in which we test our modules or component separately without integrating with other modules. Means we will test this module separately, and we will not add this module to other modules. Okay, in the component part, in the component testing. So I'm doing one thing, I'm adding one file here, and before adding one file I have to remove few things. Wait. Wait, na, I have to remove few files from here. Now coming to here.
So, Govind,
Okay.
what will be the difference between the smoke testing and the functional testing? Because in smoke also we are also testing everything like main
Yes,
and critical parts.
yes,
So,
but
what
it
will be the difference between them?
okay. Basically, smoke testing we check the our page are open or not. We are able to open our pages or not. Basically, we check it normally. We are not going thoroughly in it. But in the component testing, we check our pages, and we will go to the inside. Okay, after the page, we have in
Means
the
we
smoke.
will check only URL sir, and
What?
in this it means we will check only in smoke testing.
Hmm.
We'll check the URL part and
We check the URL part, and we check the our pages are opening or not. So we just check it. In component testing, we basically check the modules. The
in
component
depth.
is working or working fine or not in depth, basically.
Okay.
Okay. One more thing. There is a child website. We have to open it. Control Shift R. Yes. You can see there is only two like two videos. Okay. So now I'm going this part only. So I'm doing one thing. I'm adding one file here. It's a confidential. No. Browser. You have to go to the browser part. Hmm. I'm adding one file like component testing in this folder in this section. So I have added it and mentioning the name like component testing because we are covering it. Now it is active and I'm clicking on submit button. It has mentioned like we have submitted it, we have submitted this video. Okay, we have added this video. Basically in component testing we check our like our module are working properly or not as per our requirement. Okay, so we can check it is added successfully. So this is called a component testing or a module testing or a functional testing. Okay, in component testing we check our modules are working fine or not without integrating with other modules. Okay, and now coming to the next point, that is integration testing. In the meaning of integration means adding few things. Okay, so in integration testing we check the two or more modules are combined as a group, and we check the test we perform the testing on that part, and we will check is there any faults after adding that modules or not. So it is called the integration testing. So for the integration testing I will show you one point. If like I have submitted this video here, so it is in the admin part, means it is in the parent website. If we go to the child website, means second website, it should display there. This is called the integration testing. So I'm doing Control Shift R, refreshing it. You can see the video component testing also here. Okay, so this is the second module which is comes in a home page in a child website, and I have entered it. I have submitted from a admin website. So these two modules are combined. Okay, and we can check if I have submitted something from here, so it should display here and it is working properly. So it is the part of integration testing. Now coming to the theory part. Yes, so the component testing is defined as software testing type in which the testing is performed on each individual component separately without integrating with other modules or other components. Component testing is performed after smoke testing. Yes, we perform the component testing after smoke testing and before the integration testing. Okay, so component testing performed after the smoke testing and before the integration testing. Coming to the integration testing part, so integration testing is the level of software testing where individual modules like uh, this module, where the add video. Okay, so this section means this is also module, and the home section, this is also module. Okay, the individual modules are combined and tested as a group. The purpose of this level of testing is to expose faults in the interaction between the integrated modules, means in that modules. Okay, this is called the integration testing. Okay, have you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you please explain, anyone, what is integration testing, what is component testing?
Basically, component testing is a type of testing where we study each component, each options that is present there in the website, and then we just, with the help of basically after having a test on the components,
Hmm.
we check with, and then we move to the integration testing where we check the functionality if whatever we have added is working perfectly fine or not.
Yes, in the second part, in the second module. Yes,
Yes.
great. Now I'm asking from one more person. Like, wait. Ganesh. Okay. Suresh, can you please explain about the component testing?
Hi, I'm Keetana.
Ankita, okay.
What integration testing?
Uh, both component and
Uh,
integration.
yeah, integration testing is to test the two or more modules
Hmm.
combined and testing together.
Hmm.
Uh, it is um, it is the software testing where the individual modules and
Hmm.
combined modules are tested as a group.
Great. ठीक है. Great. What about component?
Component testing is a type of testing. The testing is performed on the individual component separately
Hmm.
without disturbing the other components.
Okay, separately. Okay, great. Now moving further. Wait, we have covered smoke, we have covered integration, we have covered component. Okay, they will ask you like what is functional testing or what is module testing. So you have to inform, you have to tell about the component testing. Okay, so component, functional and module, both are all are same. Now moving further. Wait. Okay, okay. Hmm. Yes, it is the important thing. Okay. Suppose if you are perform testing. Okay, if you are performing testing in any software or any build and you found any issue, so what will we do in that case? Okay, so first going here, and you should know like to perform testing first we write a document. The name of the document is test cases, in which we have mentioned means how we test that case and how we performing testing in any application or any module or any section of that modules. So we write that things in a uh, test case. Okay, so I will show you a test case. Yes. Okay. This is the test case that we have mentioned all the things here, like how we perform testing on each individual component. Every components we will cover it here. Like if we have to perform testing on login page, take an example. If there is a field like username, password, captcha code. Okay, there is a field like username, password and captcha code. So how we can perform testing here? So we have mentioned all the thing like the test summary, in which we have mentioned like verifying that user should not log in user should not log in and should display the validation message. Validation means error messages. Okay, so for wrong credential, if you enter wrong username or wrong password, in that case you should not able to log in and it should display the validation message, means error message like you have entered the wrong username or you have entered the wrong password, like that. Okay, so to perform this testing, what we have to do first, we have to like we have to in a login screen. So when we are in login screen, then we can perform this kind of testing. Okay, so precondition is like user should be in a login screen. And to perform this thing, the what are the steps? So we have mentioned execution step, like we enter invalid username. If you enter the invalid username, in that case, so enter invalid username, enter invalid password, enter valid captcha code, click on remember button if there is any option like remember me. So in that case you have to check on it and click on login button. Okay, after doing this operations, what you expect to do? So I'm expecting like the validation message should display, like error message should display, like you are not able to log in because, or you have entered the wrong username or password. This kind of messages should display. Okay, while entering wrong username or password. When I perform this testing, this process in our software, so what if everything is goes well or it shows like this, that we are expecting, then we can say that our test is pass. Okay, if it is not follow this operation, it is not and it comes like different answers, or you are able to log in if entering wrong credentials. Okay, in that case we can mention like our case is failed, so we will mark it here like a fail. Okay, so now coming to the point. Just a second, move it here. like I am taking an example. I'm clicking on this button and I'm clicking on it, but it is not opening. I'm again clicking on it, but it is not opening. So we can see that it is the bug. Okay, so it is the bug means the issue. Okay, so it is the bug. So I have like I go to the JIRA. I will teach you about JIRA in coming classes, not today, but I will inform you a few things. Wait.
JIRA is a tool. Or...
Yeah, JIRA is a tool to report the bug. Yes, here. This is the JIRA basically. Okay, come to the point. Come to the point. Wait. Suppose this is the UI login screen. Okay, this is the story. You have to perform testing on it for this feature. Okay, so what will you do if we are performing testing? So it should be in QA screen, and you found that it has a issue. This screen has a issue. Then what will you do? You will put a screenshot in this section, in the comment section, and also mentioning like this screen has a issue. The issue is like we are not able to log in it after entering valid credential or this kind of things. Okay, so you have to take a screenshot and paste it here, and you have to mention the comment. After that, you have to move this ticket to the bug rise. It means you should know like this functionality has a issue or has a bug, so you have to create a bug from here, and after creating it, you will see it will move to the to do list, to do column, and just think it, just only it. And you have to do one more thing. You have to go to the like your test cases and mention that this thing like my case has been failed. Okay, so I'm marking it here like, sorry, not pass, it's failed. Mark it yellow. Okay, and I'm performing all the thing like here, like I have clicking on it but it's not working, that's why I have marked it here fail. And I'm performing the testing on other things in this page, like in dashboard. I'm clicking on here, it is working fine. You can see like it is working fine. I'm clicking here, it is working fine. Okay, so I'm marking the other things like yes, pass. Okay, so in that one page, like in a dashboard, if we are performing testing and we found that the one functionality is not working, so we mark it as a fail, and other functionality is working fine, and so other for the other functionalities we mark it as a pass. Okay, and we gave it to the that bug which is come, so we gave it to the our concerned developer so that he can fix it. And after fixing the bug, when developer fixed your bug and he again assigned you, then we perform the retesting on it to check the bug has been successfully removed or not. So we check like our bug that is reported by us to the developer is successfully removed or not, and the functionality is working fine or not. And when we perform retesting on the functionality and it is working fine, like I'm clicking on it, yes, it is working fine, it is opening. Now we can open it, so we can say that the bug has been successfully removed. In that case, we marked our failed test cases to the pass. Okay, this is called the retesting. In retesting, basically we check are bugs successfully removed or not, and we perform the retesting on failed test cases. Okay, so I'm marking it as a pass. Just a second. Yes, ठीक है. But there is one more thing, like after fixing that bug, and then developer fix that bug, sometime he do one thing like sometime mistakenly he change the code for other modules also, like in the same page he can change the code for the other features. So we have to perform testing on the our past test cases. Okay, like we have checked like this is working fine, so we have mentioned the past here, we have mentioned the pass here. Okay, at the time we had mentioned, but now again we will check is it working fine or not, because my bug has been successfully fixed, my bug has been successfully removed. In that case, sometime it can be happen like my other functionality which is working fine previously, or it is not working currently, so we can check it, we should check it. So now we are clicking on it, now we can see it is working fine. So it is called a regression testing, and regression testing is performed on past test cases that is already passed, to check the previous functionality should not affect the unchanged area, means other features of that build. This is called the regression testing. Now coming to the point, yes, you can see here like for the retesting is also known as retesting is also known as confirmation testing. Confirmation, why we call it confirmation testing? Because we confirm it our bug is removed or not. Okay, that's why we call it a confirmation testing. So retesting is also known as confirmation testing. It is performed by the tester to verify that the defect, means a bug, has been successfully removed or not, means our bug that is reported by tester is successfully removed or not. Retesting is done on failed test cases. Okay, so retesting we done on failed test cases. Now coming to the regression part. Regression testing is performed after fixing the bug or a defect to ensure that the change code, the means coming to this point, like if developer is working on this functionality to fix that bug, so he has changed the codes for this functionality, but sometimes this code affect to the other features of the same page which is working fine. Okay, so it is saying that like regression testing is performed after fixing the defect to ensure that change code should not affect the unchanged area of build. We execute all the test cases that we have. It is done on the past test cases. So regression testing is always done on the past test cases. Okay, it is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Can anyone explain, because it is very important, what is difference between retesting and regression testing?
So retesting is a confirmation testing,
Yes.
और retesting past test cases में करते हैं,
Hmm.
sorry failed test
Oh,
cases में,
yes. Huh.
और regression testing is a performed by the tester,
Hmm.
should not affected the unchanged area of build, means
Software.
मतलब past test cases में इसको regression testing को use करते हैं.
Yes. Yes. Right. ठीक है. Hmm. Suresh.
Yeah, retesting is confirmation testing. It is to verify the bug that has been successfully removed. It is performed on the failed test cases.
Great. What about regression?
Regression testing is a testing that performs after fixing the defects.
Hmm.
It is done on the past test cases.
Hmm.
It is to check the changed code that should not affect the
Unchanged.
area which is unchanged.
Yes. Yes. Great. Great. Okay. We and one more thing. Yes. This should know like in which environment we perform testing. Okay, so there is two environment in which we perform testing. The first environment is called a QA environment. Please note the point. The first environment in which we perform testing is a QA environment, and the second environment in which we perform testing is called a staging environment. Okay, the first environment is called a QA environment or a QA build. Build means URL that is given to you to perform testing. Okay, any software. So first environment is a QA environment and second environment is a staging environment. What is the difference between that environment? Like for the QA environment, we test our functionalities, our modules in a limited configuration. Limited configuration means we check it in a like one browser like Chrome or Windows only, or iPhone. iPhone kya ho, or i5 processor. So in that case we check our functionality in a limited resources or limited configuration. to check the functionality is working fine or not in that limited conditions. If everything working fine in that condition, then we go to the staging environment. In staging environment, we test our functionalities, all the like features, all the configurations, like we test it in all the browser like Google Chrome, Safari, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, and we perform it in a Windows, Linux, Mac, every operating system. So this is the configuration. Okay, so in first case, in QA environment, we test our functionality working fine or not in a limited configuration, and in staging environment we check our our software in working fine or not in a all the configuration. Okay, and the staging environment is also called a replica of the live environment. You can see like Flipkart is a live or Amazon is a live. You can purchase anything from there and it delivered to your home. Okay, so it is a live environment. So the configuration which is used in a live environment, the same configuration will use in a staging environment. Okay, after that the product will go to the production environment, means live environment. So first we perform testing on a QA environment. After that we perform testing on a staging environment. Clear to you?
Hmm.
Okay, great. Now coming to the point, just remove it from here. Wait, no, don't save.
So we have to maintain the Excel sheet
For the test cases,
test cases. Okay.
yeah. Wait, yes, yes. Oh, okay. Now see, if you have proper time, means we have to given the time for the testing. Like we have given like I will take a 3 days to perform testing on QA environment for the same build for the same modules, and like I have to perform testing on a staging environment, so we require the days also. So for staging environment, it takes like 3 days or 3 days more. Okay, so we have given a like estimation like we have to perform testing on QA environment, so we will take a 3 days there, and we have to perform testing on staging environment, so we will take a 3 days also there in staging also. So we have given a estimation for the testing, this kind of thing. So if everything goes well in QA environment, so and you everything goes well in this QA environment and all the functionality working fine, so in the test cases we mark it as a pass for all the test for all the functionalities. Like you have mentioned 100 test cases in a test 100 conditions in a test cases, and everything goes well, so you mark it as a pass. After that we go for the staging environment, and you have a proper time to perform same thing in a staging environment, to perform the same testing, all the things, all the test cases, like you have mentioned you have completed 100 test cases in a QA environment. Okay, so we will cover that cases, that all the test cases like 100 test cases in a staging environment. So we will call it as a system testing. In system testing we test all the things that we have covered in a QA environment. Okay, system testing is also called a end-to-end testing, in which we will cover our application from 0 to 1, means from end to end, first point to the last point. Like if we have started testing for a login page, then login to the manage inquiry, we will cover it completely from start to end.
Means whole application.
Yeah, whole application. This is called a system testing, that is that we perform in a staging environment if we have a proper time. Okay, if we have a proper time. So I'm going to this point. Yes, like for system testing done to check behavior of the complete application, we check the behavior of the complete application and software based on the software requirement specification. SRS means a requirement that is given to you to perform testing. Okay, like you have to perform on testing and like dashboard, manage about courses, so you will get the like requirement. This is called a SRS. Okay, so system testing is done to check the behavior of the complete application or software based on a SRS document. The focus of this testing to validate business, functional and user requirement, means we have to check our functionality is working as per the requirement or not. Okay, so it is called end-to-end testing. But suppose if we haven't the proper time to perform system testing in staging environment, like if we haven't proper 3 days, we have only 2 days or one day, in that case we have to perform testing in staging environment, so we can't proceed system testing there. So we have to choose sanity. So sanity is also a term we use to perform testing on a staging environment. In sanity we perform testing for 30 to 35% test cases. Like if we have mentioned, like we have created 100 test cases, and it is that test cases we have tested in a QA environment and all goes well and all are passed, and I have only one day to perform testing on staging environment, and in that case I will perform sanity there. Sanity is the subset of regression testing. In sanity testing we test only 30 to 35% test cases that we have written, that is passed in a QA environment. So we only test 30 to 35% test cases of major functionalities in a uh, staging environment. It is called as sanity testing, and sanity testing is performed before the release. Sanity testing is performed before the release or done at the release level. Release is called like if you test everything and everything goes well, you have to send it to the your client. Okay, we have to send it to the our client to so that our client can check it is working fine or not in their point of view. Okay, this is called a release. So we do a sanity testing before the release of the software. You can see here, like where is here. Sanity testing is the subset of regression testing. It is the surface level testing. Sanity testing is performed before the release. Release means when everything goes well, you have to send it or you have to submit it to the client. Okay, so sanity testing is performed before the release, and in staging build we perform sanity testing in the staging build. Tester test 30-35% test cases of major functionalities from the all test cases. This is called a sanity testing. Clear?
So
Press.
if we have a less time, then go
Yes.
for sanity testing.
Yes.
Otherwise, system testing.
Yes. In system you have to test all the thing properly, like 0 to 1. Okay, end to end, start to end. But for sanity you have to perform only 30 to 35% test cases. That is for the major functionalities. Like if we have like I'm taking one example. Yes, you have to check all the things. You have to check like functionalities. In sanity testing we perform this testing of functionalities. Okay, we can't check in that case the alignment or the spelling mistakes. We can't check it. We only check the functionalities. Okay. Okay, there is one more question, like they will ask from you in an interview, like what is the difference between smoke and sanity, because sanity is performed last at the last and smoke is performed at the initial point.
Initial part.
Yes, so they will ask you what is the difference between smoke and sanity. Can anyone explain?
Smoke testing is done at the initial stages,
Hmm.
um, and the sanity testing is done during the release,
Yes.
before the submission.
Yes, one more point please.
It only
In smoke testing,
Sanity is it can be tested like the complete application
Hmm.
before the release.
Hmm.
I think this is the main difference between smoke and sanity.
One more thing, like
in the smoke testing, we check the URLs of
Smoke
the
is
website,
platform like
but in the
yeah.
sanity testing, we do the 30 to 35% of the entire software testing.
great. Okay, and we perform smoke testing in both the cases. Like if you receive any fresh build or any fresh software, like if we receive QA build, okay, if you receive staging build, so we have to perform smoke testing in both the condition. First we have to check the build is stable or not for the further testing. Okay, so we have to perform smoke testing in both the like both the environments, like in QA and in staging also. Clear? Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Great. Okay. So please write one question. What is the difference between retesting and regression testing? It will ask in an interview. What is the difference between retesting and regression testing? Please write it. And the second question is, what is the difference between smoke and sanity testing? What is the difference between smoke and sanity testing? Done. Okay.
So एक बार
Hmm.
और रिपीट कर दीजिए. What is the
Okay.
difference between?
Smoke and sanity. What is the difference between smoke and sanity testing?
Okay, sir. A
Okay.
second.
What is the difference between retesting and regression testing? What is the difference between retesting and regression testing? Okay. Uh, Anyone has any
Okay,
doubt?
sir. No, sir.
Okay. So we will wrap it here today, and we will connect tomorrow at the same time, like 8 a.m. And please share your mail ID in a group so that I can save you the recording of today's class. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Well, have I understand all the points like smoke, sanity, regression retesting?
One thing, sir.
Hmm.
Staging environment. So
Staging environment,
what is yeah, QA environment means the
limited
mm,
configuration.
okay. What is the staging environment? I mean
St-
the what is the environment?
okay.
How it will be?
Okay. The staging environment is nothing. It's just a same thing that you have performed testing here. The same features, all the things are there. But the URL will be different. In that case,
Okay.
the URL will be different. Okay. And one more thing, in staging environment, the configuration, the number of configuration will be increased. Okay. Like in QA environment, we can test only in a Chrome browser, or like we can test only in a Windows system only. We can't use it in a Linux, so we can't use it in a Mac. Okay, so basically this is the limited configuration which is used in a QA environment. But for the staging environment, you have all the configuration on the my software will run in all the phases, all the like browsers like Google Chrome, Safari, Firefox, etc. So we can test it in all the conditions. Okay, this is called a staging environment.
Okay. So we use the build software for every project or
What? Sorry, I didn't
only
understand you.
we use only the software build for testing the
Yes, yes,
project
yes.
or
We,
okay.
we we basically use the build.
Okay.
The general term of the software is the build.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
so we perform the testing on our build, or build is also called like environments, like QA environment and staging environment. Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay. So we are wrapping here, and please share your email ID to the group so that I can share you the recordings. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Chalo. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
sir.
Thank
Thank
Bye
you,
you.
sir.
bye. Have a nice day.
You too.
You too, sir.
Okay.